Oh, shit. Check back up.
We didn't have a. Oh, song. Sorry. Alicia, what was the song you said?
You can put any, as long as it's Daddy Yankee, I don't care.
Oh, Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Sing it up, Daddy Yankee. Sorry. Unless y'all want to hear Juvenile again, but it's okay.
What's up, everybody? It is Are You the One? Second Chances. We got everybody in the building, and we also got some thieves on the show. Let's get it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, you know why? This is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Well, no, I got that.
I'm Puerto Rican too.
Boricua. Country twerking?
Country twerking. My dad is from Puerto Rico, believe it or not.
Vega. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What is this? I haven't heard this song since like.
Oh, is this a new one?
This is new.
This is new?
Oh, shit,
Oh, okay.
okay.
I thought this was an old one.
This is the dance.
I was about to be like, I ain't heard this in forever, but I was like, I haven't heard this song.
Shake it, girl.
Shake it. What's up, everybody? You know what it is. It is the Are You the One? Second Chances After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. I am your illustrious host, Lem Gonsalves, and you can find me always at the Poet Saint. I'm extra excited because my whole AfterBuzz TV AYTO fam is in the building. Since they don't play them here, Country Twerking is here, Nino Hollywood is here. It's all going down. Next to me, of course, is the lovely, the beautiful,
everybody?
just coming off the world tour since they don't play.
I'm glad to be here, you guys. I was like, missing it, but I had shit I had to do. I had to perform. Shake my ass a little bit here and there. Not on no pose though, but I'm glad to be back with y'all. Yes. Don't take it out of context.
Don't take it out of context. Where you at, Sensei?
You know where to follow me at since they don't play. Die.
All day, every day. Country Twerking. Abby Vega's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I'm so happy that everyone's back. I missed everyone.
Yes,
I know.
Yes.
But yes, you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at _Abby Vega.
Yes, Nino's POV. If you ain't ready, you better get ready. Nino Llanera, what's up, baby?
I was so illustrious. I love that. Thank you very much, Lem. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Nino. You can catch me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Like Lem said, follow my hashtag, Nino's POV, to find out what I'm up to.
Absolutely.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do. We like to get down with the guest on this show. We had Michaela here last week. Sorry I missed her. But she's always great to be on the show.
Sometimes.
She,
So sweet.
you guys held it down. But ladies and gentlemen, all the way from New Jersey, Boricua in the house, Alicia Wright, everybody. Hey! What's up?
Much chilling,
Chilling.
Browse on fleek.
America's most hated or whatever.
No.
It's all good. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So there's a few things, but first things first. First of all, congratulations for still being on the show because the people are getting eliminated every
real quick.
episode, and so you are still there with your partner. But there is a lot of drama surrounding you, and I just want to dive right into it. What is the situation, or what was the situation actually with you and Gio? Because that seemed like right away. Some things happened off the bat, and then all of a sudden it went left.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the real deal, Holyfield.
Please.
We met in Australia for 2 days.
2 days.
Okay? 2 days before we started filming. The first day, he low-key really creeped me out. The second day, I felt really bad because I was like, damn, like I felt kind of mean or whatever. I sat down for an interview, the one that they actually showed today with me and Mike, and me and Mike were arguing because I actually walked off because the camera guy had told me that Eddie had slept with Cam. So I was like, wait, what? And mind you, I had already seen a couple honeymoon pictures and my mind was already racing. So being spiteful, I did what I did with Gio and I regretted it. And when we went into the house, I was like, look, we had sex once, that's that, you know, whatever. We were still cool or whatever, and yeah, we kissed, and that was that, but I wasn't in a relationship with him. I'm not tied to him, so, you know, just cut it off. Me and Asaph had a conversation, and he was like, you know what, to get your mood up, we're going to play a game, and we wound up playing rock, paper, scissors, and we kissed. And
you and Asaph?
Me and Asaph, yes. Okay. I did not have sex with Asaph. I don't know how many times I have to put that out there. Like, stop putting people on me. If I did it, I'd tell you, but I didn't.
Got it.
So, you know, and then this episode, actually, when Gio went home, he chose to send text messages to my whole cast, Eddie included. And from there, Eddie went and took somebody else on a date. And I just found that out as of recently. So, I mean, he did things behind my back, too, that didn't come to light for a long time and still continue to do things, too. So, you know, it's just a damn shame, you know, that everything is just put on me. So...
all the tea.
Yeah, I think they also, I think it makes it hard because in the episode, just from like a viewer's perspective, like I said, we didn't know any of this.
Right.
It does come across because in the first couple episodes, they made it seem like there was something going on with you two. So I think that's why it made it seem a little different when you and Asaph kissed. But obviously, we don't see all the stuff that happened before or
yeah, but
after.
Gio would go crazy, and I would literally push him away. You can,
Yeah.
Tori knows, Mike knows. Michaela knows. I would yell at him and be like, leave me alone, or like, I don't want to talk to you, or I would just separate myself. Like, it was just, I tried, and it was just crazy. And I said that night too, I said either we go home or they go home, because like I can't deal with it anymore. I was like sitting in a tub of shit.
I wasn't even mad at you watching it all go down, even with the editing or whatnot. I was like, she's not tied down, so what does it matter at this moment in time? You know what I mean? If she's there at a game and she was really just, you know, there to play the game.
Right.
The whole dating situation or whatnot is basically it's another field. You know what I mean? Like they're really there just to win and to play the game. That's
and
it.
I mean, our relationship, we were together for a week before I went to Australia, and you know, still being in the zone of coming off of the high of the Are You the One house and losing and the connections I made in that house and just so much stuff. Nobody really understands what that's like. So it was almost too like, I wouldn't say brainwashing, but it's hard when you wake up every single day and now you have cameras and lights back in your face and now you have these people getting back into your mind. And when we filmed Australia, we haven't watched ourselves for season 5, so I don't know what the hell to expect, you know. And now seeing it all back, it's just like, yo,
wow, I didn't even think about that.
Your season was so entertaining.
And literally, like Michaela, I want to bring out some things that Michaela said that were really poignant last interview. So first of all, you guys only had 10 days in between shooting, correct? Because you got off of Are You the One, and about 10 days roughly before you started shooting this episode. Like you said, you hadn't seen any episodes from your season. Then on top of that, she mentioned, and I thought this was really key, she said Gio is the type of person that he gets, you know, he wants to wife up real quick. And it was almost like, it's almost in a bad situation. And we saw that happen with Kaylin. Right. On his season, where he like literally was like, nah, girl, you mine, and even after they weren't a perfect match, and then him still kind of messing with her in regards to those feelings. So it's interesting that it was very reminiscent.
It was very much of the same storyline. You know what I mean?
Well, originally, when I went into the house, that's why when we first had our first conversations with each other is why I said, look, dude, I think I just went through the same shit that you did, and I feel like I'm the you, unfortunately, but maybe not as fucking psychotic. Right. But maybe we can bond on that level, and then shit just got weird, and then shit got intimate, and then here we are today.
And
so,
I think that's why I was like so laid back about, you know, like I feel like people might come from me in the comments saying like, you're defending her because she's on the show or whatnot. But I really felt like I didn't feel any type of way watching it because it seemed like the same play out as Gio's season. It was the same type of situation. We've seen the outcome of that, so I'm just like, this is the same stuff. Why would I be even surprised, and why would I even care if or have some feelings towards Alicia for her trying to just explore and figure things out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you all did anyone know that you guys had smashed before you got into the house?
Mike knew.
And that was it.
Well, the way you said that, Mike knew. Can we elaborate just a little bit more?
Yeah, what's that smirk for?
We had a conversation before we went into the house with everything, and me and Mike were kind of in the same boat where I was with Eddie and where he was with Cassandra at the time. And for us, it was hard because we're a match for a reason and we're very alike, and it was hard for us to see, okay, we're dealing with other people because we don't really want to deal with each other, because we feel like if we deal with each other, we're either going to really like each other and we're going to really piss other people off. And going forward, that's what happens. but like, it's almost like I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I have him knocking at my door telling me that he really wants to try things out and I'm a strong woman on this and on that. And I'm like, oh. So it's all a mind fuck, you know, and it's hard. So I had talked to him. I had talked to Mike before and I told him, you know, like, look, like this is the deal or whatever. And he was sympathetic and, you know, he felt bad because the way that I was explaining it and everything. And he, like I said, he can sympathize because he was going through the same thing. We all just came from a house after 10 days and now we're tied down for a week with these people that, yes, everything is great and dandy, but it's almost still like, I don't think I really know this person, you know? So, okay.
Sensei, you were saying something about like when we were watching, because in this episode, it seemed like we really saw Mike really come, you know, for you in the sense of like he was really trying to tell you like how he feels about you and was, you know, pretty much trying to holler.
I mean, I feel like he was coming on super, super strong. So I don't know if you guys maybe have like talked a little bit before he started like talking about, you know, oh, we got to hang this up in our apartment. And,
no,
I was like,
didn't even
oh
realize he said
no.
that.
He was kind of looking a little bit thirsty. Like I wanted to give him some Gatorade.
Oh no, Mike's a good person.
No, he's
but
probably a good person, but he's still like thirsty.
But even in that situation, it's still sad that now that people are still putting that on me.
Why are they putting it on you?
Was it because
what? You know he was with this one, or don't you know? And I'm like,
oh, I see that.
And I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting there, I'm not even looking at you. You're my partner, but I'm still getting your shit, and it's still not fair to me.
How were you feeling? Because you knew he was with Cassandra at the time, but he was spitting all this stuff to you. How were you feeling? Were you super confused? Were like, what was the whole situation?
He was in the same boat as me and Eddie. You know, I mean, she and him had maybe done their thing, and some things weren't right with them. And they left and said, look, you do you, I'm going to do me, and that's that. If it works, it works when we get back, and cool. So that's their situation. You know, I didn't try to do anything. As you can see, he came to me. So I'm like...
He definitely,
he was the one. He was the one saying stuff this episode.
And I mean, why wouldn't you give in to somebody who's telling you all these things, and you're like, and he was your perfect match. So, you know, it kind of makes sense
to
for
like
that
test
situation.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what the reason probably...
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. The reason why people might be going for her instead is the whole double standard situation. You know what I mean? It's like super evident, you know, she knew what, you know, she's a slut. She's the blah, blah, blah for trying to go for that. You know what I mean? It still sucks that it's still super evident, but that's just a prime example right there.
Right.
She wasn't doing it. She wasn't going like forth with it like super strong. He was a strong one, but she still gets the brunt end of the deal.
But it does make you pointing out like what happened prior to the taping and then you get in the house. That kind of makes more sense why I would think he may feel like, even though it's still, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I could see more so why he would be like, oh, okay, wait a second. This is me right here.
Right.
Because, you know, so there was already connection made in a sense.
Where do you and Mike stand now? Can you answer that?
Me and Mike are really cool. There's no bad blood at all. I know that Cassandra made him block me off of things, and that's their prerogative, but I know that he would never speak bad about me, and I'd never speak bad about him, so.
What about you and Gio?
She laughs.
We had a viewing party on Wednesday.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, and he was there, and he followed me like a puppy, so.
Wow.
There's that, and there's plenty of other people who were there who noticed it as well. So if I was like this, I know that he would be like, okay, and let's not be stupid. Oh, also too, I paid for his cab. I want my money.
Oh damn!
Gio, give her money.
Damn!
Right.
Ouch!
I would have paid for dinner too, but I made his manager.
You see, you see how relaxed last week's episode was, and it was so like, we were trying to search for the drama.
Right.
It was all just waiting for this.
It was just waiting
episode
for this
right over
episode.
here.
I want to kind of break down this episode with you still on the line, Alicia, and just try to get your points here and there. So we have, Alicia, starting off with you, you said basically you kind of made this proclamation, and I think this is when Gio's kind of started, making his way in, like, no, this is me right here, and you basically said that you're free and to do what you need to do on the market, and I think this is a situation when Asaph was kind of like making moves in that situation, and Gio ends up like moving his bed away from you or something like that. Like, can you explain what happened there? Because it seemed like it was, I don't know.
It was a lot bigger than what they showed, I'll tell you that.
It was.
So originally me and Asaph were sitting on 2 bean bags and we were talking and I was breaking down the whole Gio thing. I was even talking about the whole Eddie thing, and it was just like, we had like a moment or whatever. So he was just like, let's play a game. And I was like, all right, cool. So we went to the hot tub and he was like, rock, paper, scissors, whatever. So we kissed. Cool. You saw, he was like the Puerto Rican princess, whatever.
Right.
But from the other end now, and I didn't know that Mike was in the room. Gio, Francesca, and I don't know who else was in the room, but like staring at us and come outside. And she said she was waiting for us to hook up. And I got pissed because I'm like, I'm not about to have sex with him. So stop. So we get up, soaking wet. And I said, let's talk, bitches. And I walk into the room and I'm pretty sure Mike rolled over and covered his head so that way he couldn't see. He didn't want me to know that he was in there. And Gio was just in there talking shit, about the hotel and all other stuff. And producers even came down and said, you can't say any of that stuff because it's not on camera and yada, yada, yada. And then from there, I went into the opposite side of the house and I laid down, and then I just hear him yelling he called me a rotten bitch, not in that room, but in another room. And he just kept going on and on. And I kept asking him why, for reasons, why on this, why on that. And he couldn't tell me shit other than filler words. Fake. And I'm like, explain to me how. I kept it real with you from the jump. He knew about everything, so I don't even want to hear that. And I got so pissed, I got up and I even went to go throw a fist at him because I was just like, I'm done with this shit. It was bad.
Wow.
And producers were holding me back, and I looked at myself for a brief second in the mirror and I was like, I look like a fucking rabid chihuahua right now. But I was just like going on and on. Then he was just like, he started yelling about something, whatever, like I should have never had sex with you, and I'm gonna tell Eddie or something like that. And I was like, I wish I never had sex with your pencil dick either because Eddie has a hammer. And
I love this.
gosh.
A pencil dick. Damn.
Oh.
Isn't
it
it a
wasn't worth
shame?
it.
Like,
That's why it really sucks,
isn't
man.
it a shame when you have to like waste on like a pencil deck? Like, some days I'm like, I don't know. Let's have a moment of silence because that's
Wait, are we having a moment of silence for the pencil dick?
Yes, for the pencil deck.
Damn.
Eddie?
I believe it. I mean, but the thing is like, I don't know. Some days I'm like, I need to see what you working with before shit goes down. I need to see something here.
Gosh.
Okay.
Okay. I did not
It
expect
went
that.
there.
I love it though.
But that's
I love
some
it.
shit.
Just
That's
went.
This
some
is
real
all the
shit.
tea.
So that's the
Right.
lead scene because I kept it all the way 100 with that. So.
Oh, this was. Oh, okay. This was all.
So this was said.
This was all.
Yeah.
Like other people heard you.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
getting
this is
pulled
too
away by
much.
producers, and so was he. And Mike was just in the room, like, "Wait, I want to talk to you." And I'm like,
Oh,
"What?"
What do you want to talk about?
Why do they never show the good stuff? They never show the best.
That's
wow.
crazy.
Okay, so
You really said Eddie's
yeah,
gonna
this
pick it
is
up.
that was a lot bigger than what they showed. We didn't get nothing on TV.
Was it?
We didn't get nothing at all. So at what point in time?
What show are we on?
Yeah, exactly. At what point in
this is-
time
yeah.
do you go? Because it looked like it was very quick, but it obviously was not. But at what point in time do you start flirting with Asaph? Because your guys are in the pool and he's kind of doing his little flirtation thing or whatever. At what point in time is that like?
It was literally probably right after the ceremony. Before we would just sat on the beanbags and we were talking, and we were drunk or whatever. It might have been that, or it might have been after the mission or something, and we were just talking. I mean, we had always talked before. Like he's really funny, so you take everything that he says just very lightly,
Right.
So
we've had him in the studio.
Yeah, we
He's
get
definitely,
that.
Yeah, we know
lentils
Asaph.
and all.
Yeah, we know Asaph.
Lentils and all.
Got it. So okay.
Yeah, so and like I said, he lived with Gio, so he was just kind of like, don't let that bring you down, and he's very positive, very motivational, and I like that about him. So we were just sitting there talking about that, and then like I said, he was just like, let's play a game, and I'm like, okay, Asaph. So, and
That's
that's what.
Okay.
How can you not flirt with Asaph?
Yeah, he's so
We said that last
sweet.
season too. He is just like a fun, positive
He's a
person.
nice dude.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
he's so much fun. He's so positive.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if he knows that he's doing it. That he just like gives you this like look, and you're just like,
I know.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we even
Super
see. Yeah.
genuine
We even
dude.
see like in the previews with Kaylin, and he's like, it's Asaph. Let's get into this mission because this mission was crazy.
Oh.
Right.
So this is the
So
third mission
intense.
that you guys are doing, and you basically have to take a selfie with exotic animals. The four animals are python, koala, dingo, and a kangaroo. A dingo is is that a dog?
It's like a
It looks like a
dog.
dog.
It's like a dog fox hybrid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a weird looking dog, but okay. But in between that, there are certain chores that need to take place,
Right.
That you have to do, and basically you and your partner cannot do the same chores. You have to do separate chores. You
Yeah.
can't help each other. And so we see what we start seeing is we see Cameron and Michaela go to the Python station, and so Cameron basically carries a log.
Yeah.
And then Michaela has to carry 40 rats, dead rats.
The girls got the shit end of the stick because they knew that the guys were going to do all the heavy lifting. So the
Right.
girls have to do all this disgusting.
Crazy
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
it was.
have a question. Why did a majority of the girls not wear gloves while doing this nasty type of situation? The
For
poop.
the rats, there weren't any.
They were waiting for the rats. For the
No.
poop,
So they gave
there
you
was gloves.
options to have gloves if you wanted.
For the
For
poop,
the
there was
for the
gloves.
poop, there was gloves.
Uh-huh.
But it was harder because the basket that you had to fill the line with, there couldn't be dirt and there couldn't be leaves. So the gloves would just grip everything.
Lord, I can't.
Oh my god!
They
so
had
you
poop.
really-
They had to rip the chicken's
I was gonna
feathers
say
off.
though, the feathers would be probably easier bare hand.
That was so easy. And I said, I wish they showed my part because I was in there singing. I was like, look, we just
Like you do this like every
Backyard,
day.
I would have cried. I really would have cried.
I feel
I'd
like we
have
were all watching that and just all.
I wanted to cry.
See, I
like,
would've-
that's so horrible.
Like, because the girls all obviously chose
know,
the
I'd be
same
fucking
ones.
up some
I would have
chicken. I like
loved to
chicken.
see one guy do that because not all of them, but so many of the guys were like giving the girls shit when they were like freaking out. I'm like, I
Well, it
guarantee.
was because the task before that was the hay. So there's no way I'm going to carry
Yeah.
five
Right.
Bales of hay.
whatever the fuck you
Bales.
call it. Piles of
Yeah,
hay.
they're heavy.
Yeah.
But I guarantee the guys, at least more than half of them, would have been freaking out at one of those things.
Right.
They're all
Right.
talk when they're not doing it, but I'm sure if they had to do it.
Shit, I would.
The worst thing for me, and you could help me out if it seemed like the dead rats.
Yes.
The dead rats seemed like super,
Yeah.
super disgusting.
Yeah.
Was that the worst for you?
That was the worst. When I first saw it, I was just like, there's no way. At first, I thought they were rubber. And then I touched one and, like, it just sunk in me. And I was like, oh, my God.
It had
And
to smell,
the
right?
blood literally is coming out from both ends. And you're just like,
Oh,
oh,
yes.
my
What?
God.
See,
And
I
I
don't
was
know.
just piling them and running. And
See, I would have just done that real quick, but the chicken thing, you're just too intense with this chicken and having to pluck it. Like, it's just too intense. Like, we having too much of a moment chicken. Like, we need to keep it pushing. Like,
Because you're there for a while. You're
right.
plucking and
That's what I'm
plucking.
saying. I don't have time to be plucking.
You're creating a relationship with
yeah,
a chicken.
with the
that's
chicken. I'm like, I'm
plucking.
plucking your feathers and you dead right now. And you in front of me. Like, this is some fucked up shit. Like, I feel like you chicken.
Can we give a quick shout out to Carolina because she went with the rats like head first. I don't know, like they didn't
Oh,
show
yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
doing it, but
Yeah.
she just
grabbed
like.
them.
Grabbed them like it was.
Yeah.
I think she grabbed almost 40.
Yeah,
at once.
she did 30 at one time or something because they're like,
It was
oh, we only
crazy.
need 10 more. I'm like,
Right.
girl, you can get it.
She cradled and she went.
She was
Right.
on
Yeah.
that. She was like, that was bad. That was disgusting. We do see some drama. I mean, it seemed like most of the teams are working together. We do see from what we
Yeah,
see.
can we
obviously,
talk about like the
Yeah.
teams and how they're working in
Yeah.
like relationships?
There's a lot of like we see Morgan and Tori seem to be working
Yeah,
together
really
really
good.
well.
They have
we
good
see
chemistry, too.
Michaela and Cameron seem to be doing okay as well.
I don't
I'm
agree.
feeling types of ways about that.
well, I mean, okay, tell me. What do you think?
I
Because
don't know. I wish I was
appearance-wise,
here
they
last
seem to be doing.
episode.
They seem to be working. They came in third place.
Yeah.
I know, but their
I thi-
commentary is very awkward.
See, I think you see him getting a little frustrated.
Him.
Yeah.
getting
That's what I
frustrated.
noticed this episode.
Right.
Not as much last episode. And then with Michaela in here, she's like the sweetest thing ever.
She's
We
so
were saying
sweet.
she was just like concerned about him getting mad, and
Right.
I don't know if it's because she told me that, so it's like in my mind, but now I like totally just see it.
Cameron
and I see
looks
it.
semi over it, right?
Yeah, like he's like when she was like couldn't do the rats, like obviously they only show a very tiny part.
Sure,
But I
sure.
didn't hear one like you can do it. It was like, come on, grab the freaking rats, like getting pissed.
Yeah, like they were an old married couple or something. So I don't know.
I still loved Asaph and
Kaylin.
Kaylin's.
Kaylin. They're funny.
The juxtaposition between those two right
How
there.
Kaylin has to be his mom.
Yeah,
I can't.
exactly. That's the best.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a lot. How are you like on this? Froze up. How
Are you?
it
Hello?
froze up in a weird like.
Oh shit! We have some technical difficulties, folks.
I was just gonna
Stand by, please.
Stand by.
Okay.
But let's-
Okay, so I think the situation, and I think it's probably due to the fact that they've been together they're actually a couple.
Oh, yeah.
And to see
Yeah.
that, I mean, I do agree that he hasn't been the most supportive. But
he just
I mean,
looks like irked.
Yeah, but
and it
seems
just
like
sucks because I really like them.
they still, the commentary is off. I do agree. Commentary is off, but I still think that as far as a whole, they still are doing. I mean, overall,
They're doing
I think
it,
they've
and
done better than other people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the way they work. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
I guess.
Maybe
If
that's just
how
the way they
wanna
work.
That might, yeah, exactly.
And
That's-
just like how Kaylin has to be mommy, like we said, and Asaph needs to be the what did he have to do?
But
more?
Cameron could be more supportive.
See,
Right.
Yeah, he's
Who
being
can be
a
more?
little.
Oh, Cameron.
Yeah, he
I
could be a
think
little bit more
I know why I feel
supportive.
this way too. I think maybe because they are the real couple, they are an actual couple. Like when you see other people not being supportive of the other, it's like you don't think as much about it.
Sure.
But when you see the actual couple having someone be a little less supportive, I think you think more about it.
Right.
More
Because you
into
would
it because
think-
they are a couple.
Because you would think the opposite. You would think
Exactly.
you would
Right.
more of
But
a-
then
Exactly.
you could also
Yeah, that's
go
so true.
on the tune that the people that are not a couple, which are most of the people there, with the exception of them,
Yeah.
they kind of have to overcompensate
Right.
because they're not together. They don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a couple, a lot of times couple don't even have to say much to each other, but they know what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
if we've been a
right.
couple for 10 years, I
Yeah.
don't have to say much to you
Right.
for you to,
I
you
just
know,
would know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of like no. I mean that's kind of how I see it. But
Yeah.
you know, it's. Up
I mean,
for
it's nothing
interpretation.
crazy.
No,
But I
no,
think
no.
there could be more support there.
It's not
The-
crazy, but yeah, I
right.
just see some things and I'm just like,
I think the worst support that we saw.
She's back!
Was,
Back.
Was what happened?
I don't know. It said you guys hung up on me.
oh shit.
My bad.
She wanted. You know what it was? She wanted to eat some more of them sour cream and onion chips.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
what a night.
She wanted to eat and she didn't want them on camera. Before we got interrupted with the wireless situation, I wanted to get kind of how you were with your partner in this particular challenge. Like, how were you guys as a team?
Oh, we had so much fun.
You did.
So much fun. We worked really, really good together. At the end, though, it was kind of frustrating because I got winded as hell. And I thought I knew where we were going to find the kangaroos, and we winded up getting lost. But he knew where we were going, so I was just like, I'm going to trust you. And it worked. And he actually carried me on his back from the kangaroos to the finish line.
What?
So,
Yeah, I think you and Mike and honestly Tori and Morgan from the like last week and this week definitely. I feel like during challenges have been like
Yeah, they work so
they might
cohesively
not
together.
necessarily
Yeah.
be winning, but
Right.
the way that they're working together seems to be working.
Right.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Who's not working well together is Francesca and Gio,
Right.
which we saw
I mean,
a lot of.
too intense.
And I think it was just foreshadowing what was to come because, I mean, here we are and, you know, she's visibly upset, you know, at the
Yeah.
situation with plucking the chicken and he's just kind of going in on her. And it was just hard to watch because
Yeah.
it's like I understand, even if you don't really care for the person too much, this is your partner and you're supposed to do
And
what you
the
can to
thing
win.
It's like he's just being mad disrespectful. Like it'd be different if maybe like he was playful about it or something. Like, come on, girl, like you know,
Right.
get it together. But he was just like being disrespectful.
And what bothered me too is that, I mean, obviously we don't know everything, but the one of the previous scenes was when everyone in the house, when he was freaking out, she pulled him aside, was being
And
so
talked
sweet to
to
him,
him,
was trying to calm him down,
Right.
doing all that, and then you see him doing that. And then also it was weird because I was confused, like if he was mad because he'd be screaming and then he'd be like, all right, let's go. And then he'd be like, what are you doing? Like, he's very like hot and cold. I'm like, what is happening? So I understand. There's a couple times when she literally almost says that she's like scared. And I can see that because when someone goes so like left and right every 10 seconds, it's
Right.
kind of weird.
At that point, though, I feel like they just both gave up. Like he was like, I'm not encouraging him more because she looks like she gave up, vice versa, back and forth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just did not work
It
out
did not
in
work.
that situation.
I want to ask you, Alicia. So there was a point in time when they got back and they were, you know, arguing, and a lot was being said, and he kind of was like, she felt like he was trying to save face because he felt like they were going to get voted in, and so he was trying to save face by calling her weak and calling her all these things, so he didn't look like the one that was the bad guy in the sense.
the conversation that they had when they were sitting across from each other.
It was the one when he was basically, she was
Blaming
saying
her.
he was like, it looked like he was blaming her for the situation, and
That was actually the first day in the house.
oh really?
What the heck?
Wow.
So weird how they do that.
Switched it up on us.
Yeah. That conversation was the first day we got into that house. And after that conversation is when I talked to him, and I was just like, you need to apologize to her and not talk to her that way and all this other stuff. So I don't know what conversation happened immediately after that, but I'm sure it was along those same lines.
Did you hear in the house, did you hear at any point him saying to her that, you know, if you want to just leave, then fine, or if you want to quit, or, you know, or her saying to her, like, we're going to get voted in because of you?
Yeah, that's just how he walked around. He would just think that everybody's out to get him, you know? And it's just like, I mean, if you act that way and talk a certain way, of course people aren't going to want to be around you, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta get together and stop blaming someone else, you know? Like, take ownership on your own fault and work together. I mean, that's why you came here.
Well, and I loved when he was walking around the pool shouting out, like, and Devin's like, no, it's you. No.
Devin's one-liners.
We didn't get enough of Devin this week at all.
Yeah.
He's
Devin's
hilarious.
one-liners are the best.
That was hilarious. What is your take? What is your take, Alicia, on Devin? I'm just curious because, I mean, I think he's hilarious. We all think he's hilarious. What is your take on him in the house? Like, is he funny? Is he like spiteful?
He's very like
cocky, it seems like.
He's just very he's very cocky, and I almost think he feels entitled to like to a sense. And I mean, that was funny what he said, but then like 20 minutes later he'd follow it up with just like cruel like shit, and it's just like, yo, chill, you know? Okay. Like, it was a lot to handle in that house, you know? And then even seeing, like, you know, some of the stuff he puts on social media, or the dumb stuff that he did when he was on the after show, you know, and said about me and stuff, it's just like, come on, you know? I hate how everybody wants to be relevant off of one person, and they can't do it on their own, you know?
Yeah, okay. I mean, he definitely puts on a show for the cameras, and I feel like that's why MTV loves him so much, because he has no filter, and part of that too is he has, I feel like at this point, I don't know, after because he's been on obviously like the challenge and different things, you notice that they start painting the character of someone. Oh yeah. So you don't see the stuff, like you just said he would say cruel things, but at this point he's kind of painted as the funny asshole, you know, and so at this point you don't see other things, so that's what we see. So he's low-key becoming like Johnny Bananas a little bit.
Yeah, it appears that way.
I told you, you know, in the long run, he's gonna be
he's like the new Bananas.
He's the new Bananas.
I mean, if you think about it, he's probably like going into this like second chances, like, oh, they're doing challenges, like we got this, like take on like the main challenges, like you know.
I want to get into this ceremony situation, because this was bonkers.
This was the best.
This was bonkers.
I wasn't expecting that.
I didn't either.
When I was like catching up on the other two episodes, I'm like, so what is this challenge gonna be? And I love that shit.
It's so savage. I mean, we say that every week. It's a super savage way to end
especially because going back to the original Steal or Take was with the challenge. And when Johnny Bananas took all the money from Sarah, I was like, shit.
I love it when people do that stuff. I love it.
You love it. It makes for great TV.
And so I was like, so this was a perfect plot twist to the whole, to make it so different from the challenge.
And you knew it was going to happen at some point. I didn't think it would happen this early. I thought it was going to happen at some point in the season. I didn't think it would happen this early.
I thought it was going to be a double steal.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be a double steal.
Too. I either thought it was going to be a double steal or a double share, just to come back and make my life a living hell. And I was like,
I thought it was straight double steal, because the way they were talking to each other, and you got to tell us how you were feeling when they were explaining like what they wanted to do before they chose steal or share, and they were trying to give each of their little 2 cents about like, I want to stay and I want to, you know, figure exactly. I was like, it just looks so fake, and you can see everyone's faces
the
like,
reaction.
really?
Francesca was like, I'm gonna get these coins, so I'm gonna lie to him to make him do some type of. So I was not even mad at her about that.
I have to say though, her, to me, when she talked, I feel like she wasn't even like trying to be convincing, to be honest. I thought she was just spilling shit out, like whatever. Like, I think she thought he was gonna steal too, to be honest. And then Gio starts talking, and I'm like, oh, this guy's full of shit, like whatever. But I thought he was like trying to be convincing.
To be honest with you, I had a feeling he was gonna put Cher, because I knew he wanted to go back into that house. He wasn't about to give up and go home.
Oh, see, I thought he was ready.
You know, straight up. No, I was like, I knew she.
Alicia, he had bigger plans.
Right, way bigger plans than just to go home on a steal. Like, come on now, this is fucking Gio, okay? Like,
I mean, now that but
he home and did some shit. But
do you think? Okay, so Alicia, you were there when they both gave their speeches. Did it seem? It's kind of a rhetorical
Genuine?
question, but did it seem genuine to you or anybody else in the house?
As far as Francesca's part, she, like I said, she spoke what she wanted to. But as far as him, I felt like in that moment he almost wanted to correct his character and of who they keep portraying him as and all these other things. And it was just kind of like, at first it was just kind of like, is this real? Then it was just kind of like, I'm not really buying it, And I mean, like Tori was behind me and she was just like he's talking or whatever, and she felt bad. Morgan was laughing, Devin was laughing.
I saw that.
Panning to the faces made me laugh so hard.
I mean, a couple of people were laughing. I didn't laugh when they showed the laugh of me saying whatever. That I don't even think it was for that. But I was just kind of like, me and Mike were talking. I was just like, I don't buy this. I don't think this is real, and I'm scared that he's gonna come back in this house and we're fucked,
Yeah.
And then when the decision was made, it was just kind of like.
She made the right decision,
for
sure.
My favorite pan, I have to say, was when they go to Kaylin and Asaph after as Gio's talking, because Kaylin's cracking up. It's almost like, wow, we're still here. We're going to stay here. Like, there's no way both these people are sharing.
I wonder what everyone else thought. Like, we put up a poll on AfterBuzz. If you go to follow AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, we asked if Francesca did the right thing. And right now, it's 100% yes, Francesca did the right thing.
100%.
That's the poll going on right now.
Wow.
It's going to be up for the night, so check it out. And we want to know. I'm going to check back on it and let you guys know.
That's crazy.
How it ended next week.
So as we're saying, she did end up stealing. He shared, which means that she got all the money,
all the coins,
$20,000, and they both still go home. She just takes all the money.
Right.
Were you guys surprised, Alicia, that she did that? Like, obviously, when it happens, it just seemed like, do you think it was karma because of how he was acting? What did you feel? What did the house feel?
To an extent, yes. I mean, I was happy for her, so that way, she could take that load off and do what she wants to do and all other stuff, and that they would be able to go home and this, that, and the other. And it was just kind of, I mean, I guess maybe not so early. It was just kind of like, will they, won't they kind of thing, because they had been packing that entire day, and it was just kind of like, oh shit,
Right.
And and then at the end when he claims that he wants to get help and all the other things, I think that it's a shame that they put the link out for people who are really suffering and really want to better themselves, who are doing it, and for him to take the platform and go home and actually get worse is sad. And I wish that he would have took that time to better himself and teach other people to better themselves, but I feel like now it's just kind of like more hypocrisy, just like my cast is with things,
I have a question too. I don't know if you specifically know this, but because I was a little confused too, because he had just been going crazy and being like so awful to Francesca, and then after I felt like he spun it like in his favor of his character, kind of, which.
But he's still that way in real life.
But I was wondering, because he made it seem like he had no hard feelings to Francesca and all that, which for me was very hard to believe after seeing this episode. Do you know anything? I don't know if you talked to Francesca or anything, but do you know like what their relationship is like at all? Like, did he have hard feelings and just not say it? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I've seen them be around each other a couple of times, and I mean, everything seems fine with them. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure if they talk, about other things or whatever. But
when you saw him at the viewing party, though, you feel like he was still the same person?
Yeah, I think he actually got worse, because even the way that he emotes himself on social media is disgusting. And for someone who wants to get better for themselves and things like that, like, you shouldn't be talking about not only just me, but like other women in general, or just other things in general. It's just like, regardless of who they think you are and who they paint you as, paint your path and do it correctly, and stop asking for help. The help is there, and then deny it and get worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's so hard to believe nowadays. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this on the internet, but there's that girl who got crazy I think it was like a sushi or a poke bar in Santa Monica. She got crazy on this one couple who kissed in line.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you mean she got crazy?
She got crazy. She called the girl slut, called the girl bitch, and said stop having sex in front of me while they were just like a quick kiss.
Right.
Turns out
was
to
she
be
on drugs?
Turns out to be that this girl who was calling her a slut and trying to be a feminist or whatnot, or whatever she was trying to do, is super, like, she has porn out. She has a whole bunch of other stuff out there. So like basically it looks like a big publicity stunt for her. It was what it was. So it's so hard to go back to a Geo type situation where he's possibly playing this character just for TV, right? And saying this and that, but still the same person in real life. It's so hard to believe what's real, what's
you
not.
never
You know
know.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you never know. So it would be great just to really, really find out. But it's so hard nowadays because everyone's trying to get and stay within that limelight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
He's
You're like,
I'm
get me
not.
out of here.
No.
It's like
No,
Cash Me Outside. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't. I think everybody is just too like attention hungry and think that people now owe them something and things like that. And I'm just like, look, I'm trying to work on my waist, my face, and my life. Let me be, okay?
They look great. Just letting you know.
Yeah, they all looking good.
They're looking good.
I see you be doing those eyebrow tutorials, holding
You
it down.
know.
Straight up, because I was just about to. I said at the beginning of the show, I said eyebrows on fleek.
She
I was like,
does
yeah.
eyebrow. I follow her on social
Oh,
media.
well, then I
so
need
she-
to learn. I
you
need
should
to
does
get
the eyebrow,
that.
too.
You should watch her YouTube channel. It's actually
The
pretty
lighting
good.
in here though
Yeah.
sucks. It sucks. Like in real life, like if you see me in real life, you'd be like, oh shit, you know. But
No, because
That's
we've since I feel like the beginning of Are You the One season 5, we've so from the beginning been like, Alicia's gorgeous. So you look. If this is bad light, I don't know what you look like in
yeah,
real life. 'cause-
horrible. No, this is horrible lighting and ugh.
Peep her YouTube channels. It's really
I have
entertaining.
to check it out.
Yeah.
Keep it out.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you, Alicia, for coming on and setting the record straight. As always, wish we could get you in the studio. Hopefully, maybe before the season's out, you're in LA. You got to stop by and be with us in person because we'd love to, see the eyebrows in person. Just saying. We want to see the eyebrows in person.
We got great lighting in here.
Absolutely.
No.
Amazing
We
lighting.
do,
We
we
have
do.
great lighting. Before we let you go, tell us tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
I only have Instagram, so you can follow me on there, and it's levita.alicia. And then my Snapchat is Alicia Wright X3. I know it's like a throwback, but somebody hacked my other one, so we're gonna go with that one. And that's it. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Facebook. I don't have whatever the kids have. I don't have.
Word. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Alicia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. We will be talking to you hopefully pretty soon, and good luck on the rest of the challenge.
Well, thank you.
All right, we out.
Bye.
So,
Bye, y'all.
man, that was crazy.
Right.
Pencil dick.
That was,
Pencil dick. Pencil dick.
That's gonna be
Pencil dick.
so interesting.
oh my
That
god.
is- that-
Yo, son. Yo,
I need to
son.
see nudes here.
I need to see you.
Dick pics.
Yo, son.
Where are the
when she-
Prove
nudes?
it.
Yo, it might get too real.
When she said that, I just
Where
was
are
done.
the nudes?
I was dead. I was done.
Send nudes. Follow them. Send nudes.
Real quick, like,
I
we
need
got
to
we
see
got
it.
like 2 minutes. Let's do predictions real quick and going forward. Man,
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
You okay, Lem?
yeah.
Lem did not expect
Much
that.
for him right now.
That was
This is a
hilarious.
lot.
Okay, so we'll start on the end with Nino.
What'd you
Okay,
think?
no. You know what? I think Morgan and Tori, they got to watch out for them now.
Okay.
Because of the way they're moving and they're grooving, everything's really really good. I feel like that they might be somebody to watch out for. Whereas we thought Devin and Rashida were just gonna kill it the whole time. They've been having a little bit of trouble now, as we've seen the past couple of episodes or whatnot. I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back. Devin still might be in control and be the puppeteer of the situation. But I think Tori and Morgan have this good relationship going, and that's going to really help them because the trust in this whole game is like the biggest thing. You have to trust your partner. You have to be able to communicate
Right.
to be able to win.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to spin off that in regards to the Devin Rashida thing. I don't think that they will ever lose a challenge.
Devin and Rashida.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't think they'll ever be in the position where they don't have an option, and I do not see one of them stealing ever.
Who?
So
Right.
Devin or Rashida.
Okay.
So I think if they're ever even voted in, which I don't even know people would, I don't think
They
they
would
would ever.
still
I don't.
stay.
They would
They would
stay.
stay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So I think they're like right now they're not really. They're kind of staying in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I still think he's a smart guy. You see that in all
Yeah,
of them.
he's probably
He
like, we
has
don't
a
have to
way.
win right now.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna.
he has a
They're
plan
gonna
there.
creep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know who at this point. I guess it's Hayden. Hayden is a shady little guy. I know that he's pulling gonna pull a fast one on
Right.
Carolina, and it's
For
sad
sure.
because we've said, and she admitted she still has feelings for
She's
him.
so sweet.
She doesn't know like if she can even trust him, and you see that in the preview for next week. So I think shit's gonna go down with them. Besides that, I feel like most of the couples are like civil enough
Yeah.
that there won't be any big blow up at least for a couple weeks until we see some like.
I don't see too much drama rising in the next, you know.
I don't either.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna spin off you, and I think Carolina and Hayden, they're definitely gonna be up for the chopping block next week for sure.
They want them gone.
Yeah, for sure. And then it's just crazy because if you're in the bottom, you have no choice.
You're just waiting.
But you just wait,
Yeah.
and it's kind of frustrating.
It is.
You know, and it's like really anybody could really go.
Yeah.
Right.
So, it's interesting, you know, but I definitely feel like they're the next to go. I feel like my top 3 will probably be Tori and Morgan just because they are not with the bullshit. So I feel like their fights are going to be like chill as fuck. Like, I don't feel like they're going to be fighting like that. Devin and Rashida. And
I know one.
my third one, I want to say... No, I'm not going to say Adam and her
would
because
say-
they
I
don't
was
have
going-
a good...
Yeah.
I was going to say that, but then I think they don't have the best
It could be
relationship.
tricky for them.
I would say
My third, I don't know my third,
Alicia,
but the top
Alicia
two-
and Mike, because I mean, based on what she showed us
Oh,
today.
that is true.
I
But then
think that-
again, Mike is really liking her a lot, and I feel like that might be a problem.
might be a problem.
Unless she gives into it, and you know.
Okay. Word.
So we'll see.
I agree with all y'all. I'm just
Cool.
gonna take cop out.
Cop out.
I agree with all y'all, but I will say that
Glad we're on the same page.
I do think that Tori and Morgan are definitely going to be a threat and are going to move to the top of the food chain.
Yeah,
Just saying,
for
just based
sure.
on what's going on. But ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. We want to thank Alicia for being on Skype with us and spilling all the tea, like the tea bag.
A lot of
the
tea. I need to go home and drink me a whole glass
the
of that.
sugar, everything was spilled. It's a mess in here. I've been your host, Lem Gonsalves. You can find me always at the Poet Saint all day, every day. Sensei, where you at?
Yes, you know where to find me at Since They Don't Play everywhere.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at _Abby Vega.
And follow me. It's your boy Nino at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow the hashtag Nino's POV.
Yeah. And you can check out my website, stayonthemic.com, all day, every day. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.